Yeah, sorry about that. Ran 56 minutes. 56 minutes is all you can get. It's 4 gigabytes. So it timed me out. So let's see if it'll reconnect me to Dunner. We're doing a shootout. I'll just tack this one on to the last video. So this will be part 2. Part 2. All right, I want to be 2.5 rings off. Over in this area right here. I'm going to do just a titch of backspin. Hey. Just a titch of backspin. Didn't need that that side spin, all that side spin on there. 1.9, and this is a 1.9 per ring club. I think of it as 2 when it's real quick math, but it's actually 1.9. Oh, and I hit it great to the right, which will put me great to the right. I like this hole. I think this is one of the holes that's in the tournament that we're coming up, and it doesn't matter what you bring here. I mean, there is an adjustment down there, and it's like we're in mid club or min club or whatever, but I think the deal is that there's an elevation adjustment. And when I come here, I'm going to play my max number no matter where I'm at in my club. Because if you bring a 100% accurate club, it's 1 per ring. And then I'm just going to move my wind adjustment around. Because if it was, let's say you were at mid club and you're in your long iron, that is, for me, that's a 50% wind adjustment. Because I play my long iron it's 50% more accurate than when it's at minimum club. So that's a plus 50. And so that means that if I play it at minimum club and I'm playing it at plus 50 at minimum club, then I'm going to have to move my number around. That's why sometimes I have to do negative numbers. I have to take off wind or something because it's throwing me off of my max number. Max numbers are easy to remember. Damn, is that 2 hole in a 1? I think I got a hole in 1, and I think he got a hole in 1. And now that's 2 for him. Look at that. This is a clinic by Dunner. This is a school. This is the 102 teacher, the 201 teacher dropped down here to show us how it is done. Good game, buddy. Getting an ass whipping. I'm gonna bring that kingmaker again because this is a hole I want to practice this hole. We haven't played this hole in a long time, and I want to see what do I have an apocalypse still in one of these bags? No, unfortunately not. I think if I put just a little bit of overpower on it, then I could put more curl. I could get it to go in the direction of the hole a little better. I'm going to put just a little teeny bit of overpower on it. And I'm going to put any power that I just took out back in. I'm going to put just a little teeny bit of overpower on it and a little teeny bit of curl. And I hit 1 ring grade on the inside, which means I'll clip the tree. There's a very narrow window. If you're trying to just go down there, it's super easy. Most people hate this hole. They've asked Playdemic, of all the holes that are out there that people have asked Playdemic to change, this is one of the big holes people have asked to change to get rid of that freaking narrow little fairway and open it up. And they did open it up, and they took some trees out. There used to be more trees in there. I thought that the sand was gone, but the sand is back. But they did open it up a little bit, and they cleared that corner just a little. It is a little wider in the corner as far as how the trees hang out in the fairway. But if you go at this with a QB or a rock, and you go with that with a 100% accurate club, max topspin, kingmaker, you're going to end up on the other side in a really good spot, and you don't have to do anything special. All right, Dunner's got the jump on me. This is a great hole to be in Dunner's spot. Great hole to be in that spot. There's max club, so I'm pretty close to max. Put my backspin on, which is a ton. Get right up on it. If my device doesn't go powerless, and I'll have to wait. I'm going to do just a little teeny bit of a pull because I'm running out of time and I'm lagging. I need to give it as much time as I can here on this putt. Now, way lag. That's what happens when I don't plug my device in. I knew it was down low. It gave me the 15% warning and I disregarded it. This is an absolutely minimum club, minimum hornet shot right here at 1 point or 2.2 per ring. So it's right at about a half a ring, just a little smidgen off a half a ring, straight at it. I would have done like one backspin. I would have tried to get enough backspin so that I would have been on the green. Whenever I can do that, I do it, but it's about a half a ring, and that's about a half a ring, maybe just a titch over. Hit it perfect, buddy. That's in the hole. There you go. Let's see if the topspin runs out right. I think the ball guide gets a little wonky down in that area, and that's why you have to put that. That's why almost always when you're using your Hornet down there, instead of putting on, whenever you find yourself putting on like one or two topspin with your Hornet, it's got to be in one of those situations that you can't get any closer to the hole. If you can get closer to the hole and you put on just one or two backspin, then you can get right up on the hole and the ball guide quits lying to you. It quits getting wonky. That's a technical term. That's industry jargon. So for all you golf clashers out there, when the ball guide appears and disappears, that's the ball guide's getting wonky. And backspin almost always solves that problem. If you put on one or two backspin and you get closer to the hole, that problem will disappear. And the ball guide will start telling you the truth. But now you're in like the little teeny bit of backspin, so you can get right up to the hole. All right, this time I'm putting on one right-hand side spin, and I'm going to set the shot up however the hell it has to be set up with one right-hand side spin. I want to take this shot with one right-hand side spin. And I think it takes just a little teeny bit of backspin. Or just a little teeny bit of topspin, one of the two. But whatever it is, it's a very light adjustment. This is a Tour 2 hole, so there can't be that much adjustment to get down there. If we're having to do a whole bunch of stuff on it, people that have Tour 2 clubs and are playing Tour 2, they don't have access to all these clubs. Hitting it great. You're better off if you're doing the upper shot, hitting it great to the right, because then you may get the trajectory right on the hill, but usually great to the left means you're going to end up on the inside. Nice shot. Nice shot. Now let's see if we can beat that. I am capable. All right. One left-hand side spin. And I am way the hell up in my club because I've got a big ball. .6. It's 1.9 per ring. So there's 1.6. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get in the hole. Get in the hole. See if it releases. A little too much backspin against that headwind. I was hoping that there's a certain point, like when you get like between 4 and 6, somewhere down in that neighborhood, on some holes it'll release, like it'll hit and then it'll release and just roll forward. And that's definitely not one of the holes. Not when you're going against headwind. Maybe with tailwind. Juniper Point, hole 3, par 5. Oh, I got to play this with the rock and the QB. I'm going to play it with my extra mile on my What bag do I have? A Grizzly in, big topper. I can do it with my Saturn. Okay, I'm going to take 8 out for the wind. That's about a half a ring. I got to give myself enough room to try and curl around that corner. And I hit great on the inside, which means I may clip that tree if I didn't get far enough out. And if you do that shot with overpower, you can get all the way to the front and you can dig yourself. They cleared one of the trees off of the corner down here. There used to be another tree down here, and now you can get tighter in on that sand trap. And so you can really, if you start way up high so that you can get the curl to come in, you can end up out in this area down here and you're in like your minimum short iron. I'm going to be real close. It'll be right on the transition between short iron and long iron. I think I'm going to be in my long iron range. It'd be nice if I was in my Hornet though. You have a serious shot at it. And most people I see run into that. It takes you got to have a lot of curl and a lot of side spin. I mean, every bit of side spin you can get. Lots of curl. So I'm right in minimum Saturn. My minimum Saturn hits, is my minimum Saturn hit, 3.3 per ring. So I'm going to put on just a couple backspin. So I want to get right up to the cub. It's 1.0, so it's 3.3 per ring, so that's a third of a ring. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get that in the cup. Get in the hole. A little too fast. A little too fast. Little too fast. Maybe just a little bit further. The deal is the ball guide needed to go forward that much, and when I went forward that much in order to stabilize the ball guide out, I should have put on one more backspin. If we were playing this in a tournament, we would know that we would put on 3 backspin, and then you would just get at the spot where 3 backspin would work. That's the difference between playing a one-on-one and tournaments. Is in tournaments we only have 9 holes to focus on. In one-on-one play, depending on what tour you're in, you may have 3 different courses in there, so you got 27 holes to, or 24 holes to. Yeah, no, it's 27. So I think. We just got done with the tournament 2 days ago, and I couldn't remember. I can't. If I was on those holes, I might remember the deal, but I can't. I don't. I totally forget when a tournament's over. I am so done with the last tournament. I am done. Win, lose, or draw. I'm always exhausted at the end of a tournament week. In the hole. Not the Albie I was looking for, but close. Close. Dunner has put on a school here today, though, folks. So for everybody who's watching, you should be watching his gameplay and just listen to me talk, because he's been smoking it up, especially on these shootouts. He's been dead eye. I think he's got 2 hole-in-ones so far. I think I have 1. And I think they were all on this hole. All right, I'm regressing and he's getting better on this hole. So let's get 2.5 back. going towards it. It's 1.5 miles per hour. It's 1.9 per ring, so that's about 3/4 of a ring. Ah, I gotta quit hitting it from the right to the left. Keep catching great. That was right on track. That'd have been close. I don't think it would have been in the hole though. I think I would have missed it right on the left-hand edge. I think I was lined up a little bit to the left-hand edge, and that's where I would have missed it. Distance was pretty good though. So my speed's right. My trajectory's wrong. The deal is I've been taking the shot with my grizzly, and my grizzly gives me a slightly different look because it's easier to figure out the ring thing. It's 5 rings off and has a spot. Hitting it perfect. See if Denner can get another hole in one on this hole. He's like 2 for the last 2. I think he still beat me though. I think that's still closer than me. 1.14. I think we've been all over this hole. All over it. I've lost. He's been like right there in the 1 yard range, and I've been like 1.75 minus the one hole in one I got. He's been kicking ass on that hole. Juniper Point, hole 4, par 4. I don't even remember this hole. Oh, okay, I remember. And so the last time I went, half my blue ring off, and I was a little bit too far to the left. So I need to pull it back to the right a little bit. So I'm going to go my orange ring off, and we have a side wind. So I'm going to do an orange ring off, max top spin, max side spin, kind of balance them out. A little bit more top spin than side spin. Take out the wind, max R power hook, on and one. Guaranteed. Only if I catch it all. If you hit it fat to the right, and you don't catch it all, you will end up in that sand. Perfect. Perfect. Well, you just missed that, but that was perfect. Anything that gets you over on the green side and gets you up there by the green like that is perfect. Orange ring off. Oh, that's why. It's like I am way up, way too far up in my shot. So orange ring off. That's a half a ring. And I got all of it. Got it all. Nice and easy on the middle. Almost dead center in the middle. Nice and easy through the middle on the green. Green's cut against the green. It slows you down all the way to the other side, and you roll off onto the fringe, and you're at the bottom looking up at the hole. Super easy pitch. You don't have to, you're not contending with the hillside. That's the spot. Sometimes I'll catch it a little bit on the inside. Like I suppose if you wanted to try and get more towards the hole in one, but you're opening it up because up at the top, there's a little, that fairway stuff that kicks out at the top of the green where the sand's at. That whole movement on the course kicks it out up there at the top. So if you move in too far, you take the risk of getting clipped up in that. So you can move it in maybe instead of all the way out against your orange ring, you're maybe 3/4 of the way. That'd bring you in just a little. But I can tell you at that point right there that it's real fine adjustments. Because half a ring on the blue put me out on the other side, and it's probably going to be half a ring, and you'll get caught up in the sand. So you only have a 1 ring maneuver there. But if you have headwind, you have to pump up the ball accordingly. Hitting it perfect. Getting a little laggy. Still a little laggy. Eagle. That is a guarantee. That shot right there, if you know the spot, I mean, it is, unless you hit it fat and you don't catch the entire hook, you're on the green and one. I mean, you're right there on the fringe, right there where I was at. All right, we got this hole again. We are fired up on this hole. We are going to nail this hole down. If you watch just these 2 hours of videos that I'll put up of me and Dunner playing, you're going to see a clinic on how these holes should be played. So at some point, this video is just going to cut off, and I'll just play until it cuts off. And thanks for watching. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe down at the bottom if you like the content. We're just out playing, just having some fun. Teammates, one-on-one, playing holes that are coming up in the tournament, playing with some bigger balls. Dunner's putting on a clinic on how to get it done. Dunner's going to do really well in this next tournament. That looks like another 1.14, 1.06. I can beat that, though. I have 100% confidence I can beat that. I have not done well here the last couple times, but I can beat that. Okay, 1.14. It's 1.9 per ring. So we can get lined up just a little squarer. So that's about, once again, about 3/4 of a ring. Oh, anticipation. Anticipation. That's got to be like 2 yards away. I think that's the worst one I've hit. I am regressing. 2.70. Geez, that is like, I think all of the ones I've done up to this point added together aren't 2.7. I am regressing. Good game. Good game. I went way too far to the left on that. I need to switch out. I'm going to switch out my bag here because I want to put a grizzly in, because a grizzly is what I'm going to be taking on those holes. And I want that grizzly. I want to start seeing that grizzly look because it gives me a different look. It's easier to set up. Let's pick the grizzly again. I got a grizzly in that bag, and I'm going to switch this one up just in case I need the big dog. We haven't ran into a hole where I needed the big dog yet, but there is a couple of these holes. I think in the upper tour that we're playing, I'm going to keep that guardian in that bag, and I'm going to switch this bag out. I'm going to go sniper. I'm going to go apocalypse. It's got more curl on that one shot that we did. It gets me my accurate stuff there, accurate stuff there. That's a specialty bag. All right, let's go see if we can find Dunner again. Let's go see if we can find, let me open up that chest. I'm going to open up this tour too, just in case I win too. He's not letting me win any, so he's robbing me. Play some friends. See if Dunner's still out there. Dunner's out there in the menu. Hole 2. Switched some clubs. Got the clubs on for those holes because I'm taking them with a. I'm going to mix it up. On some of the field holes that we're playing, there's a couple of them I wanted to have the. We're back on this hole again. So Marlin got a little teeny bit of headwind, but that's not going to make any difference. And we'll go in just a little and see if we can find where the hole-in-one spot is. So that's about 1/4 of a ring. Yeah, maybe 1/3. That's 1/2 a ring. which puts me just a titch into power. So there you go. And I got all of it. And let's see if that puts me a little closer to the hole. Put me closer out there. Now that trajectory is going to put me closer to the cup here. I'm still going to be on the inside of the cup. And I don't think I like how close it put me to the sand out there. So I think the only way that you could change that is not do max curl if you wanted to change your trajectory out there. So I think being the 2 rings off puts you more in the center out here in front of the sand. As soon as his ball disappears, it puts you more in the center out here in this area, so that you got a better trajectory coming in, and then you would change your arc trajectory with how much curl you could put on there. So if you didn't put on max curl, you put on 3/4 curl, it will put you on the inside more. But I don't know that I want to mess with that. I just want to get up there. I will tell you right now that like you could give yourself a shot out and you could do that a bunch of times and maybe get lucky. But I think you'd fail more often than not when you start messing around with doing partial curl on a max overpower hook shot. That max overpower hook shot right there is money. I hope they never change this hole. We need fun holes in the game, and there's a lot of these holes that aren't fun anymore. And so we need courses that we can go out and have fun on. Hit it 1 ring great to the right. I was waiting for the lag to get out of it, for it to settle down. It kept jogging. Kept jogging on me. Okay, how much time we got on this video? We got 27 minutes, so we got a few more holes to play. We got a few more holes for dinner to kick my butt. I'm getting schooled. We have really good players that are in our clan. We have really good players. We have really good friends of the clan. One of the GC Des. GC Des is a great player. Joe Golf's a great player. Dunner's a great player. Pat's Fan's a great player. Flip, great player. Play with it, great player. Kyle, Mike D. Everybody has their times on. Like we had so many people win their first banners last tournament. It was unbelievable how many people won their first banner. How many people won? It's going to keep rolling. It's going to keep rolling. It's going to keep rolling. If it picks up speed, it'll roll down. You still got a shot here, buddy. This would be awesome. This is one of those. It's going to roll. Here it comes. See if it's on the right trajectory. In the hole. Woo! Look at that, buddy. Nice shot. The crowd goes wild on that. I mean, the people that are playing behind us know they're in big, big trouble because somebody just sank some monster shot. They're hoping that you shot that to save yourself and that wasn't a shot to pick one up. Unfortunately for them, you picked one up. You got the eagle. Much more better. Right to the inside edge of that cup. We'll see like how that adjusts out. So it's 1 per ring. It's 1.6. I'm going to go like 1.7 and that'll put me on the back over the cup. Hitting it perfect. We'll see if the change in Grizzly from the Saturn makes a difference because I got 4-point-something ball guide versus just a little. Makes a big difference. I think he's changing up his shot here. I don't think that's the way he's been coming at it every time. I think he might be in the same situation as me. He might be regressing. We've played this hole too many times. I think we've played this. Have we played another shootout other than this? Seems like it seems like this is the only shootout hole we've played. Like they took all the rest of them out. No, there's one of the other ones that we've played. One of the other Juniper Point holes, I think. Right there on it. Look at that. No matter how close I get, I'm still getting beat. That is fantastic. Good job, Dunner. And I can't believe that I won one. I won one. Yeah. All right, buddy. What's cool about this is that neither one of us are making big mistakes while we're out there shooting the thing. We're ending up in the right spot and we're giving ourselves really good looks at it. I'm taking some risks because I'm trying some shots out and bringing out some big balls because I'm playing against a teammate. But we're playing, even on those shots, I know that I'll have another shot going in. I'm not taking any big risks, and we're playing. That's the cool thing about playing here in Tour 2 is you'll get to practice your short clubs a lot. You'll get to practice your short iron, and you really, if your short iron and your wedge are your money clubs. And so you've got to be 100% confident with the numbers that you have on your short iron and your wedge, and you've got to know how to play your short iron at mid and minimum club. And this course down here, tour 2, tour 3, you're going to play a lot of shots with your short iron. And so you're going to be able to take a lot of those shots and get really, really good practice and really gain confidence in your numbers. And there's not a lot of elevation adjustment because these are old holes, so that wasn't part of the algorithm. Like we didn't really have to worry too much about elevation when the game first came out. It's like, what the hell is elevation? It only takes about 2.5 topspin with an extra mile. Be a couple rings off that transitional surface. 1.9, right out about a ring, just a smidgen less. Technical term, a little bit of curl. Hit it great on the outside, great to the left. Will not have any bearing whatsoever on this shot because I'm just laying it up there in front. I'm just trying to get up there with about what you'd have with a level 2, level 3 extra mile, which is only about 2.5 topspin. You would think that you would be able to get over to this and that there would be a consistent way of getting over, but I will say this about it. It's set up just right so that it's a bitch trying to get over that sand. Dunner did it earlier, but I have seen very few people do that successfully, and I haven't seen anybody do it where it's repeatable. It's always to like throw it out there and do the deal. There you go. Get closer to it when the ball guide's getting wonky. I'm not sure where you're at in your club. It's either right at a ring. It's between a ring and 2 rings. Isn't it perfect? Let's see if he gets in the cup. He has been smoking it out today. So right on the edge. I think the last time we came here, he was right on the edge and I was in the cup. We are on it. He opened the door. All right, where am I at in my club? Hey, there's Min. There's Max. So right there's mid. So I'm eking towards minimum club. Yeah, I'm kind of in between. I'm going to put max backspin on it. I'm going to just get right up on the hole. It's 1.75. I'm going to do like 1.8. That'd be 3.6. There's 1.8. Do a ring and a half. That felt right. Plus, I was running out of time, and I got so much lag right there on my needle that I don't even know how I hit great, and I would have been short. I missed a putt from that distance right there one time, and I can tell you that you don't want to let go until you can see that ball guide going through that cup. That's the lesson that I learned. It ruined that tournament. I was so distraught. I want to see that tail coming out the other side of that hole. I don't care if that hole's glowing blue or not. That's why I don't like being on those greens where you're below the cup when you're doing the putt and you can't see the other side of the cup and you can't tell whether or not your ball guide's going through it or if it's just glowing. Or if you've got it too far through it and then you might bounce over the hole. There's a fine line right there. And we're back on this hole. What in the hell is the deal with this hole? I know that there's more than this shootout. I don't mind taking the shootout a bunch of times. I mean, it's good practice, but there are a lot of shootouts in this course. I'm getting right up on it. That's the difference in ball guide right there. I'm doing a 1 per ring, and I think I was doing a 10% wind adjustment, so I'm going to do a 1.1. That looked like 1.2, but I was a little short when I drew it. Hitting it perfect. Surprised I was able to get it perfect off with as much lag as I was getting right there. Just outside the cup. So we definitely want to do a wind adjustment there. That's bigger than 10%. What hole is that? What hole is that? Which tournament are we playing here? This is one of the par threes. Gridiron Saturn. I used the Saturn on it, but that doesn't mean I was doing. And I got 10% written down. I think this is hole 4. I think it is. It's either hole 2, 4, or 7. Hole number 7, I'm putting max right-hand side spin. I'm definitely not doing that here. That is awesome, dude. That's like 3 hole-in-ones that he's got today on that hole. Nice shot. Crowd goes wild. Everybody needs to watch these videos and watch how Denner played that hole, and he's been on fire on that hole today. So it couldn't have been 7. And I didn't write anything down for hole number 2, so I'm not sure if that's hole number 2 or hole number 4. I think it's hole number 2. I'm still going for the shot. I'm going to go for like the underneath the trees thing. I'm trying to figure that out to see like what it will take to get out from underneath those trees. Because you used to be able to get up there and get on the edge of the green, and now I think you can get the green's a lot smaller than it used to be, and you can get right out there in front and you can actually get in your wedge range. But I'm not sure like how repeatable the shot is to try and get there, because so far I haven't been able to do it. And I've tried twice, so third time's the charm. It's 1-1. I'm going to try it with my extra mile and see if I can get the curl right to curl around that tree. Oh, and I hit it way too far on the inside. It'll clip the tree. That was anticipation on my part. I have not been able to get that shot right all day. I've been in that sand twice, and I've been out there in the deal once. I want to see if I can get around there. The shot that Dunner's taking where he's laying up in the front, that's absolutely the shot to take. It puts you in your short iron, and you can get really close to that sand if you go straight forward, and you can get out there and like in your minimum, like minimum short iron. It's an awesome shot. But if we can get all the way to the green, I know that there's a way to do it. I've seen people do it. I've done it. It just doesn't seem like it's super easy or repeatable. You better make this shot, buddy, because I'm making that sand shot. I got a hornet. I have an ally. Get in the hole. Hit it perfect. It's a lot of perfects. In the hole. Look at that. Nice shot. Fantastico. Crowd goes wild. The group behind us is like, they are like sweating bullets. They're like, they don't even want to talk to their caddies. They don't even want to know what the score is on the board. Denner is just like kicking their ass. How I got flipped around, I have no idea. There's max club, so there's mid club. So I'm right in that 4 per ring range. So that's about a quarter of a ring. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if I got my wind adjustment right. See if I got my wind adjustment right. Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there. Get in the hole. And put the laughing face. Can't trust me, man. Okay, I'm still trying to put on a little bit of right-hand side spin, but I need to put on, and I'm going against, I got a tailwind now, so the backspin should be a little bit more stable. And I'm using a Grizzly now instead of a Saturn, so I'm going to have a lot better look at my ball guide. I can walk it right to the hole. I'm going to pick a spot down there, and I'm just going to walk it to the cup. See if you can negotiate the hill. You really need to be like on a really good thing. You really need to be within a yard, a foot. Now it looks like a foot, but it's actually a yard. That's 3 feet right there. The way the game measures distance. Okay, where's my red line? I got plenty of room, so I'm going to wedge myself up between the rough and the sand. And then I'm going to dial it up to the cup so that I can put on right-hand side spin. And then I'm going to take the wind out. I'm going to just do a regular wind adjustment. I'm going to add on 10% and do 2.1. Hitting it perfect. And let's see if I can get that in the hole. A little too fast coming in. A little too fast, but that's right on track. I want to be able to try and come. See, I didn't negotiate that hill at all. There was no drop in the ball at all. It didn't release down at the bottom and then either roll back to the cup or do whatever. It went right at it and came to a stop. And I want to try and be at the bottom on that hole. If I'm going to have to learn how to play that hole in a new way, I'm going to learn how to play it so that I don't have to negotiate that hill. That hill's too roll of the dicey to me. And I stole one away from Dunner. All right, I'm going to do that one bag with the sniper. And I now know that with a sniper, because I've got so much topspin, I don't have to put on any overpower, but I need to put on all the topspin. And I'm going to be 5 rings off instead of 3. And that way I can line my ball guide up and be pretty close to the hole. I would not set it up that way with my Guardian. Let's see where Dunner gets out there. I'm going to get a little aggressive on the drive here and see if I can get a little bit closer so I don't have to put as much topspin on. I'm not going to get too aggressive, but I'm going to get a little aggressive. That's what's funny is a lot of times people are trying to get really aggressive on a shot so they can get to some mythical spot that's out there or some mystical spot that's out there. And the deal is that if you were 10 yards away in that spot right where Dunner's at, it's exactly the same shot. I need about 2.5, 3. We centered up here on the deal, 1.2. It's about a little more than half a ring. And that's max curl, so I'm going to put on about half curl. Hit it on the outside. Great to the right. And he was at 302, one of my, or 306, or he was at 30 something. So he was at 306 and I'm at 302. Let's see what it looks like as far as like on the field. And I'm just a little bit behind him. So he must have been at like 306 and I'm at 302. So 4 yards out there is not going to make, if 4 yards makes the difference in this shot right here, we got bigger problems than the fact that we're at 302 and 306. We should have been taking that really aggressive if that was the deal. These holes are coming up, these Santa Ventura holes are coming up in this Ventura Open. And the whole deal is that these are all Tour 2 holes. If you can't shoot the minimum score on Tour 2 holes, you're in big trouble. Big trouble. See if you can get the Albie. It's got that. That's the right trajectory and the right speed. Not the right graphic. I got my Guardian in this bag. So I can't do that shot with my Guardian because I only have 3 side spin. And that's not enough to get me off the flat. So I'm going to move out a little bit. I got a 1-3 headwind. I'm going to put some curl on it for that because I just moved it over, and I'm going to put some overpower on it to try and get me up there. And hit it like 700 rings good to the right or left. That's what I like about that shot with the Guardian is that it's almost impossible. That's why, I mean, it's almost impossible not to get your eagle. You can if you set it up over there. If you hit it really, you can hit it almost, well, obviously you can hit it good to the left. You can't hit it quite as much, that many rings off on the right-hand side. You start getting out of the greats and you start getting into goods, you're in really big trouble on the right. But you can get up here nice and easy with the Guardian, even when you make tons of mistakes. Because this is an eagle hole, not an Albie. Although Dunner had a much better look at Albie than me. It's awesome when you get an albatross on this hole, though, because it's one of those things that's totally unexpected in the round. It's a hole that you weren't counting on, that you didn't even have on your list of possibilities. We are back on this hole again. What is the deal, Dunner? And this will be the last one. I'll have to be done after this one. So we'll see if we can get double hole-in-ones on this and actually have to do a double shootout. That would be a great way to end the video, since we've Dunner has been on fire on this hole. I think now he's hit 3 hole-in-ones on it, and I've hit 1. And we're using the same club, and we're coming out 2 different ways. Let's see if he can get a hole-in-one. The crowd goes quiet. They got the little quiet signs up. He hits it perfect. It's coming at the cup. Look at that. Damn. Close. Close. And 1 foot has been pretty much the deal. I mean, he's been, everything he's done has been right there at the 1 foot range. I'm hitting it from a little farther back. And I'm just trying to dial it to the cup. I'm going against a little teeny bit of headwind, so I'm going to be just a little on that side of the cup. 1-4. It's a 100% accurate club. It's about 1-4. Trying to hit it perfect. Oh, and hit great to the left. Arrgh. That would have been in the hole. And that was close. It would have been really close. Really close. Good job, Dunner. Good games. Good luck. Nice rounds. Thanks for playing, buddy. All right. That was some T2 friendlies, getting a bunch of the tournament holes on both of those videos. I'll upload them. And so if you watch the first one, you watch it all the way through. Hey, thanks for watching the channel. And I appreciate it. And hopefully everybody has a great, we got the 9-hole cup coming up, the Easter 9-hole cup. That's going to be at Southern Pines. That's in Tour 6. And then we've got the Santa Ventura Open next week, which is going to be Tour 2. So it's going to be all the Santa Ventura holes in order. So it'll be pretty easy to find on Golf Clash Notebook. And everybody have a great time here. I'll open up my club card thing. We'll see what I got. See if I have enough. Do I have enough time on this video? I do have just enough. I'll give you the bonus. And we'll see what I got in my max club card trading. Trading 300 Vipers. And I'm interested in my off-roader. I'm working on my off-roader. I'm trying to get my off-roader up. Every time my off-roader comes up, that's the deal. I think when it gets to level 7 or level 8, it becomes a rough iron. I think when it becomes level 8, it's the rough iron to have. All right. There you have it. And that's a day's worth of play. Thanks for watching.